Good evening, World Wide Web. A quick update video on the stock play of the month or the 3 weeks. I'm going to make you do a long-term option on this one. It's going to be a December 15th JetBlue Airways, JBLU. It's 12 cents, so it's $12 a contract. It's December 15th. The contract is for $12 strike price. Check out that one. Also, check out the $11 strike price. I think the $10 strike price is too obvious. But this is going to be a big one. This is going to be the next real big one. And here, let me make my argument really quick. JetBlue Airways, well, the world just figured out that their chip planes are full and they were charging a ton more money. And then the airlines have been doing much, much better than expected. Here is the 6 months chart. It kind of took off somewhere in June and early June-ish. It took off and it screamed all the way up. Big runway going up to 928 and 928 over here. And then it came all the way down to $8 yesterday. Today it went back up to $8.34. Luckily, we got it off this $9 point because this option that I was just telling you about, that's $12. It was way up a lot higher than that. But you caught a low point. It's a good opportunity to get in on the option or in on JetBlue. And here's why I'm liking the company is Delta just blew out their earnings. Their planes are full, their prices are high. They did way better than expected. They turned a profit, a big profit, the kind of profit they did pre-COVID, but even better than that. This is JetBlue. They lost 192 million last quarter. They made 24 million the quarter before that, and 57 million the quarter before that, and they lost 188. That's when they were still unwinding from COVID. And these are high revenues right here for the company. These are pretty not the top. The tops can be a little higher than this time, but the pre-COVID plane usage is back. The people are back. They're spending money at the airlines again. JetBlue just spent the whole year on flights that were, 3/4 full, half full, and they were discounted also to get people back in the air, to induce them to get them full. They're done inducing them to get them full because they're full. The prices are back up. If you go to the JetBlue website, you notice that if you want to catch a flight for tomorrow, you're screwed. You're going to pay like $600 or $500 from pretty much anywhere to anywhere. And if you look at the prices, they're just starting out at, $289. That means that they have probably 6 flights that day, and there's only one seat for $289 on those 6 flights. The other 5 flights are fully booked. And if you want to get on one of those planes, well, that's going to cost you $400 or $500. It's quite amazing, their website, and that's their starter price. And they upgrade you after that, unless you want to bring a carry. If you don't want to bring a carry-on bag, like probably not even your laptop bag, it's that. If not, it's more money, and then everything else is more money, and they get a bunch more money out of you. But this is going to be a great quarter. This is going to be an up quarter for sure. It's going to be a bigger revenue quarter. It's probably going to be a couple $100 million in the winning direction. It's going to be a very big deal. The reason I said December 15th is we're going to have the court ruling, and JetBlue Airways is going to acquire Spirit Airlines. The judge has already been chosen. He's a conservative judge. He's going to allow these two companies to collide together. This is what they're getting. Spirit Airlines. Well, first of all, let me go back really quick. JetBlue, who are they? Their balance sheet is right here. and it's right side up, okay? It's a right side up company. These are their jets, 13.23 billion, 9.85 is what they owe on those jets. They have more assets than they have liabilities by a long shot, by $4 billion actually. They have credit cards. These people are VIP, AAA credit company. They're in good shape. Spirit Airlines, $18.72 a share. You'd think that if they bought Spirit, they'd just get to add that to their stock price, but sadly, no. But maybe. Let's take a look really quick. Spirit's going up on the impending merger. Everybody knows that it's going to happen. The options are absolutely crazy on this one. It's also going up for another reason. They're doing good. The same success that Delta had, that JetBlue says that they had, Spirit's also having. Their planes are full. They're doing more than ever. I don't know if their prices are higher than ever because they're kind of a discount carrier, but they might be flying back into the profit zone here. JetBlue might be all of a sudden buying a profitable carrier, and that alone will say wonderful things from day one for JetBlue. They just have to paint the jets, put them back into service. 1.35 billion for the quarter. Adding this company adds 50% to JetBlue's revenue. They go from a 10 billion company to a $15 billion company. Spirit Airlines is right side up. They have 9.32 in assets, 785 in liabilities. Right side up is right side up. This company could tap $1 billion if they needed it. They also have great credit. They probably have AA credit. They're not as tight as they could be, but they'll be tighter. And here, well, we're going to have a positive earnings per share. We're going to have a profit out of Spirit. We're going to have a great earnings report out of JetBlue, a great earnings report out of Spirit. And one thing I wanted to show you, which to me is the most important thing of all, buying Spirit Airlines comes with $1.4 billion in cash. Look at this cash. JetBlue gets this cash. JetBlue gets his cash when this deal closes. Hopefully there'll be more there. And if they make money for the next couple of quarters, there'll be more there. And the more that they're not going to go buy more planes, I'm sure they have a deal. And the deal is not to expand the company or go spend money on stuff, except for their bonuses, which I'm sure were pre-decided. But the cash, $1.4 billion. This deal is for $3.8 billion. This pays for $1.4 billion of it. It could pay for more of it. So JetBlue really only needs to come up with $2.4 billion to buy this company. They don't have to come up with 3.8, and that's awfully nice. So they're kind of really getting it, the planes, the routes, the company, the whole thing for 2.4. That's the one big discount that they're paying a ticking fee to the shareholders. Spirit Airlines has a right side up balance sheet and 109 million outstanding shares. JetBlue spending about 10 million a month right now, paying these people every month until this deal is closed. That's probably going to cost them another 60 million to do that, maybe 80 million more to do that, because they have to do it every month. They have to send everybody a dime for each share, 109 million times. So that's going to be 10 million bucks a month. It's a ball and chain, but you know what? They're a really big company. They can afford that. They've been doing it for years. They were turning a profit while doing it. JetBlue is going to be okay. JetBlue is going to inherit this company. The whole thing is going to be very much right side up. JetBlue is going to have 50% more to their revenue by December 15th, and everyone's going to know it. They're going to have 2 positive quarters behind them, and everybody's going to know it. JetBlue used to be in the teens back when they used to turn a profit, back in the good old days. Let's take a look at JetBlue. How are they doing? before, I don't know, COVID. 17, 19, 17, 17, 17. This is back when they used to make okay money. Then the COVID came, and everybody thought they were coming back. Their planes got full again. People were flying, but the prices were too cheap. Their earnings disappointed. They didn't make a profit. They didn't make a profit again. They made a tiny profit. They didn't look like their old selves. All of these companies kind of fell the same pattern of COVID, straight to zero, a recovery spike when the passengers came back, followed by the, oh shit, you're not charging enough. And then into today, we're right here at the bottom of this little fishtail, is the opportunity that I'm talking to you about. $8.34 a share today. Very good chance to get in. The $12 strike price in December could just be a no-brainer. This could be 2 quarters in by now in the profit. It can be 50% bigger revenue. It could be a lot bigger in the profit if you're adding some Spirit profit into the profit. And everyone's going to know it. This thing's going to smoke through 12, and it's going to be on its way up to the high teens. I don't know where it's going to land, but I like the price of the $12 option. Maybe you like the 11, but check those out. 20 bucks, 21 I think for the 11, and 12 bucks for the contract for the $12 strike price. So definitely check out the options. If you haven't done options before, you can do a tiny investment. You can for $12, you can buy and control 100 shares of JetBlue all the way through December 15th. Cost you $12. If you want to control 100 shares of it conventionally, it's going to cost you $834 right now. But for $12, you can control it through December and through all this joy, and make a much larger multiplier possibly. The 12-cent one, if it goes up to $12, it'll be worth about $1.20. It's going to multiply times 10. And then if it goes up another buck, if it goes up to 13, then it's going to be worth like $2.30, $2.40. And it's worth it's a 20-time multiplier on your money. And if it goes up another buck after that, it's a 30-time multiplier on your money. And then another buck. So, I mean, if it hits 15, that's going to be $3 over the money. Each one's going to be worth, like $4, like right after earnings, very possibly. And you paid a dime for it. See, or 11 cents or 12 cents, whatever you get it for. But yeah, it's a good way to 50 times your money. Don't go crazy putting a bunch of money on it if you're new to options. Definitely tread carefully. You might want the 11-cent one. You might not like JetBlue. You might like some other stock. But it's a great one to learn on. It would be a great first lesson. Sign up for options approval at your broker. You got to click a few nosy questions and tell them that you know that they're dangerous and you can lose all your money, and you're going to do a faraway expiration date, so it's really not that scary. You should be able to sleep at night. But you should see them pucker up nicely. You should see the puckering continue on August 1st and get exacerbated all the way through August. And then the next earnings is going to be November. And that's going to come right with the judge clacking the gavel saying, Spirit is yours, and JetBlue will be hammering home another big home run for an earnings report. Back-to-back slammaroo earnings reports in the profit, along with their new profitable cousin, who also just hit 2 profitable earnings reports, Spirit Airlines. Spirit stock might start going up just on its own merits. Who knows? But yeah, JetBlue is going to be the play of the year. For me, I'm going to make it a big one. If you're new to options, don't make it a big one, or go with something else, or go with the underlying stock if you like that better. But it might be a good one to introduce yourself to options. It's really cheap, and you can just get a couple of them, or one of them, or 10 of them for $120, and just watch it roll. Your $120 might just turn into 1,000 or 3,000 or 5,000. It could go absolutely nutty, and you could learn something about options. And you could learn how wild and crazy they are, and if you make a good prediction, how well you can get paid from that good prediction. There's no reason to only make 800, turn 834 into 1,500 in a year. That's kind of a long time. That's a slow interest rate, and dividends are really slow too. But if you feel like you know something, if you have the gauge on something, if you're ahead of the pack, options are the way to really make the money. So check it out. JetBlue, everybody, Spirit Airlines. I'm liking both companies a lot at this point, and I like them both together. And I'm so glad we got the right judge. And yeah, go JetBlue. We'll catch you on the next video. Thank you. Like and subscribe. We'll see you on the next one. I'm James. Have a great night.